everyone, it's Catherine. Welcome to my channel, Read Journal Love, and today I am going to talk about my April TBR. To start with, March did great. Read all the books I wanted to read, a couple more than that, and so I'm very pleased with how I got along with my March books, and so looking forward to April. The first book that on my list is I am participating in Kate Howell's seasonal reading challenge, and every month she has a prompt, and it's just kind of like a real easygoing, and I like that about these prompts. So this for April, it was nature or springtime, and this book came to my mind back when I was a junior in high school, so probably 92, I just started to get like obsessed about Italy, about Florence and Tuscany, and because that was the first time I read A Room with a View, and that just like started off this whole fascination with it. And I remember going to Blockbuster and this movie came out and I wanted to rush the movie. I loved it. I don't really remember a whole lot about it, but I do remember going to the Blockbuster, checking it out. Like I have a memory of this. And so I want to read the actual book. And Anne, if you're watching, Anne of In Search of Wonder, you would be so proud of me because I used your advice and I went to the Gutenberg Project and I found it on there and I figured out how to put it on my Kindle. Woohoo! I thought Anne's going to be proud of me. So I got it on my Kindle, and so I plan to read The Enchanted April by somebody von Arman. And you probably have heard of this book. It was written in the 20s, I think 22. And it's about these 4 women who answer an advertisement in the paper in London. And they all have these like issues that they're going through in their life. And so they go to Italy and sublet, the 4 of them together, this house in Tuscany. And so, you know, they all are working through these life issues or whatever with like marriages and other things. Can't even really remember. But yeah, so I'm looking forward. I'm going to try it. I don't really remember a lot about it. So as far as like content wise or whatever, we're just going to see how it goes. But I know that it's in Tuscany and there was like a lot of like descriptions of sceneries and stuff like that. So I think that this will fit for nature. So I'm going to read that. Then for Emma Bookish Princesses book club lists or whatever, it's The Pilgrim's Progress by C.S. Lewis. So I'm going to read this, and I have that. I'm going to have to put a picture up here because it's on Libby, and I'm going to read it on there. And this will also help in reading my personal goal of reading all of C.S. Lewis's works. So I'll be able to check that off as well. And it's kind of like an allegory to The Pilgrim's Progress, but this is C.S. Lewis's, how he basically came to faith. And so, but it's still in allegory form, like The Pilgrim's Progress. So it'll be interesting to see how this is. So I plan on reading that. And then I am behind on my rereads. I wanted to read 12 this year. I've only read 1, and we're starting month 4. So when I went through my quarterly in my journal here, there's a tag that there I saw somebody do it. I think it was Dostoevsky in space, and so I wrote it all in my journal. But so I decided this was on my reread list. It's the Essential Companion to Christian History, and I really liked this the first time I read it. I like that it has lots of like pictures. It goes by like each 100 years, and it has all these like little graphs, and it's just very informative, and I want to read it again. So plan on doing that. And then for new releases, I want to read If the Boot Fits by Kate Wittenmeyer. I have not been a fairy tale retelling reader, but I wanted to read her other one that was before this. Mind is escaping. Fairest of Hearts. Love that book. I gave it 4 stars. And I think I liked it because of the setting, that it was Westerns. It was like in Texas, cowboys. And I liked the way she did it, you know, like all the, you know, putting the little cameos of Snow White stuff in there. I liked how she did the apple. Just, there was a lot of faith content, which I liked. So I decided I want to read the second one. And so far it's got a lot of good reviews. So I plan on reading If the Boot Fits by Kate Whittemire. Okay, and then another new fiction, I'm going to have to put a picture up here. This is one of my nonfiction picks for this quarter, and that's The 10 Women Who Changed the World. And the subtitle is Inspiring Female Missionaries that Filled the Great Commission. And it's by Daniel Aiken. And so I plan on reading this. It's basically 10 little short biographies of 10 women missionaries. And I haven't heard of any of them before, so that will be really interesting to follow along. And so I'm going to plan on reading that. And then I'm also reading, like, this wasn't supposed to come out till May, but all of a sudden I get my pre-order, you know, in March. So I've been working on this, God Cares Enough, and the Message of Jonah. And I've always found the book of Jonah very interesting, the story of Jonah. I do love the sea, you know, oceans. So like whales, although I did not like Moby Dick. I'm sorry. I only got about 40% of that book and had to DNF. But, so this is really good. And, I'm like on chapter 5, of the book, which talks about chapter 2 of Jonah. I'm just now starting chapter 2 of Jonah. So it's a lot, of information, and it's very good. So I like that. And then for just a fun personal challenge of mine is trying to read books that my husband likes. So like in March, I read a Lovecraft. And so this, I also really like this show. So it's also for me, but this is his book. And it is Star Trek Imzadi. And she's my favorite character on The Next Generation. So I want to read this book. And my husband said it's really good. I don't really know much about content, so we'll see. I plan on reading that. And then, yeah, that's all I got planned. I know, that's a lot. And I do have stuff going on. Like one weekend I'm going out because I get to go see Lionel Richie in concert. I'm so excited. Lionel Richie is a longtime favorite artist of mine. So me, my sister, and my mama are going to see him in concert. And so that'll take up a whole weekend of reading time. And yeah, so we'll see what I get read. I always seem to do better than I think I'm going to do. But yeah, let me know down below if you've read any of these books. And the two that I was wondering about content, the Enchanted April and this Imzadi book. Have you read them? Any thoughts on content? So yeah, let me know down below what you think and what you plan on reading. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.